It's Week 10 of the National Football League. And our focus is on Jerome Baker, who really led his defense last week with a 10-tackle game. It's the Seahawks and the Commanders, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Today we hit double digits, Week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Now, meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Bringing them out, the former Tar Heel, second-year pro, Sam Howell.
I loved our discussion this week. You know, we had our weekly phone.
Howell, first play, going to throw it. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Now a 2nd and 6. Howell. He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault. And a gain of 5. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. 3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3-and-out and did just that. Now they go play action with Howell. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. You talk about this Washington defense. They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. That is caught. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 41-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The numbers for Walker last week: 20 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a changeup.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Now Howell. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 17-yard line. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing here, Howell. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively, and 2nd down. Now to the ground, here's Walker.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Here's 3rd and 9. For the play fake, and now here's how to throw it. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Commanders are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
So here is Washington now backed up a bit to start their first drive.
And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Now a first carry here for Robinson.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
23 yards the pickup there.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
All right, check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 20 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
There he goes, right side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
On first down, Daniels. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Tyrell Dotson. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Well, you do need to know as a young quarterback that if you're going to spread the field, the ball's got to come out quick, and you have to know where to go with the football, really in pre-snap. Identify where you want to go and get rid of it.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Looking to throw. Daniels. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Remember last time out, they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. The starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 that had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB2, let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game. But they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
Walker now on 1st and 10 to the 43, second down. You talk about this Washington defense. They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out, they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Howell, he'll look to throw it. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. But for the offense, it looked like that drive had the makings of something good. They were starting to hit a groove, but the defense clearly had other ideas, not only to force the turnover, but to handle the scoring themselves.
Yeah, no panic in their eyes, was their partner? Think about it this way. A Hall of Fame coach once told me the best characteristic he liked out of his teams was that they didn't flinch. This group, they got pushed back in an early series, kept their composure, and made a big play that swung the momentum their way.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes the score 7-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. From the 23, here's the 2nd down and 9. And Howell will throw it. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 3rd down and 1. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And a loose football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And Metcalf going to have the Seahawks 1st down as they'll take this up close to midfield. Here's Howell. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. They'll toss this out right to Walker.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
And Walker once more.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Howell now to throw it.
They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Back to throw. Howell.
Wide open receiver complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So 1st and goal and a chance to make amends for the earlier pick 6. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Seahawks are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that as he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
That'll be complete to Okonkwo.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to throw. Daniels.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Operating from the gun. Daniels. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
That sack, it goes to Boye Mafe. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Daniels toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards.
Pete Carroll none too pleased with that last call. He's going to throw out the challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on third down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Here's a second down and 7 from the 37. Option play, they'll give to Walker.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
So here is Washington now to take over.
They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Robinson, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Daniels. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Daniels.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. Big strides, look at him go. He may go.
Touchdown, Washington.
Chigakonkwo, 85 yards. And the Commanders add 6 to their lead. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
McManus's point after is good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Powell out of the shotgun. He's got Brown on the out route complete.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
from the 34-yard line. Here's second down and a yard.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They run again with Walker. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with. They have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Commanders' offense returning to the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards on the play. Throwing on first down. Daniels. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Operating from the gun. Daniels.
Short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
Oh, why are we doing this?
This is one of the dangers of going for the punt block.
And you know before you even call going for the block, it's a risk-reward play. So many factors come into it. They went after it, and you know punters, what they do? They leave their leg up in the air an extra count or two, hoping someone comes into contact.
On 1st and 10, Daniels. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Daniels.
Got his man, Okonkwo.
7 yards there and a first down.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
Well, that's now 5 catches in this first half alone.
And he picks up another first down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. The kick by McManus is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And it's the Giants who have the lead as they approach halftime. Darius Slayton, a touchdown reception. From there, we make the trip east as we head all the way to Jacksonville to check on the Jags. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. Brock Purdy leading the way in the victory as his guys continue to roll. They're 8-1 on the year. Finally, let's get over to Inglewood, see what's happening with the Chargers at home at SoFi Stadium. And that one's at halftime with the visiting Lions out on top. Amon-Ra St. Brown, a touchdown catch in that first half. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Here come the Commanders for the first possession of the third quarter. Second half begins with a run by Robinson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Operating from the gun. Daniels. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Robinson up the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Hey, Bronco switch.
Robinson with another carry. Oh, and now some space to operate. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On first down, Daniels. And he's got it. Touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
They'll look to throw, and this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Second down, Howell back to pass.
And his throw here's incomplete.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Howell throwing on third down here. That's to the sideline and pulled in.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So for Ron Rivera, challenging that call turns out to be the right decision. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
It's taken to the 26. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense set to take over.
They're continuing to rock and roll, and at intermission, you know, maybe sometimes you fear after such a good first half of a letdown, but that wasn't the case.
And what I remember most about being in those situations is exactly what you're talking about. You almost have that sense of satisfaction. You're like, we're doing really well. I remember one time someone saying, winning's fun, but so is playing really well. Why would we want to do otherwise? That was the message to keep the intensity up.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Now Howell. This one into the hands of Metcalf.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Commanders' 24-yard line.
A gear for Walker running right.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Now Howell.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Jason Myers for the Seahawks field goal. A 40-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Commanders' offense set to take over. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Operating from the gun, Daniels. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it.
A gain of 5. First down, Commanders.
In motion goes the tight end. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. And this a quick slant to Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
That's good for the Seahawks. First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. An even 100 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And going right back to Walker. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On the handoff, this is Walker. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Howell. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Walker. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
Throwing here, Howell.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 tight ends up front here, 3rd and goal. They'll try and run, Walker.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. They'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Myers' kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
Looking to throw. Daniels. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
And yet again, it's McLaurin.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
A give left side to Robinson.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Daniels looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be second down. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. That'll give him 8 that time. And now 1 yard to go on third down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw again. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Back to throw. Daniels looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Commanders are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency, because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. Setting up the screen here, this is Walker. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. And Howe will throw it. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Here now a 3rd down and 8. Back to throw. Howell. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Seahawks first down.
On first down, Howell. Smith and Jigba with the grab.
Personal foul. Face man. Defense.
So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely. No matter what angle you're making a tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Another throw for Howell. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll go play action. Howell. Returning right back to Lockett. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Howell, he'll look to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. That's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
2nd down, Howell now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone. and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it'll be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Come on, come on. Hey. Roll. Hey, hey.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And 10 at the 20-yard line.
Again, it's Robinson. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Man, that ain't made no sense.
Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
Hand off now to Robinson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Looking to throw. Daniels able to connect with Dotson. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And say what you want about Lumen Field here in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league when you're on the road.
It's very hard. The fan support, off the charts. The way that they make noise and understand when to make noise, they understand the game as well as anyone. And how about what we get in our media packets when we start preparing for the game? They have it in their own stuff, right? The number of offsides penalties, false start penalties that they draw against the opposing team because of that fan support. And last but not least, they designed the stadium to keep the noise in, and it works.
But not in this one. They were able to somehow come in here and get that victory. So for Washington, they keep